I'm going to welcome everybody to the watching show. It's done. It has been completed. Here we go. I had to make a decision. Go this way, correct?
Go back to the shadow.
Go back to the shadow. Okay. I forced myself to speak words.
What?
That's the best version of that joke. I know it was an accident, right? We both were caught by surprise.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. What?
That was great. Yulya was surprised.
Her voice surprised her.
You ever in the beginning where I have two voices for my character?
Yeah.
And originally it was funny to both of us when my character forgot. We got over it. Now we've got the joke and a new version. It's just fun all over again. Okay, let's go back. Weren't you expecting this answer? She smiled cunningly.
No. Why would you think that?
Because you always say that everything repeats itself after 7 days and I can't get out of here.
So we'll check it out.
Oh, check it out. Shouldn't we check out the city for starters?
It's up to you to decide.
And then this decision comes back up again.
I know.
Choose it again. I looked at her intently. Something seemed to have changed in Yulya, but I couldn't understand what it was exactly. Maybe she saw my last playthrough. Oh, I've decided already. I mumbled loudly.
Then we should go.
The cat girl made her way across the field in the direction of the forest with confidence. Hey, wait, where are you going?
It will take less time.
Less time?
Less time.
The thoughts started spinning in my head furiously, merging into one which probably wouldn't be a pleasant one. So all this time, I caught up with her in 2 strides and grabbed her ass. Did you know all this time that I could go straight here without wandering for the whole day? Ah! Yulya hissed furiously and bared her teeth. I let go of her tail.
No. I mean, I might have known, but you have nothing to do there.
In that city?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. It should be that way. It's not right. I can't explain. I just know.
That's not like you to know.
I know,
That's
right?
not like you. I turned around and looked at the
What happened to Yulya?
I don't know.
The Yulya that I know and love, who doesn't know anything.
I wonder, could things get any worse? It is not that everything is really bad right now, but what if the city doesn't disappear? And what's happening at the camp? What do Olga Dmitrievna's words mean? Should I still hesitate if I have already decided what to do? I hope I don't get in the bus again. All right, let's go. All right, cool. We walked through the forest almost all the way, crossing forest edges and fields just a few times. Yulya seemed extremely satisfied with something. Would you explain what is happening to you?
Everything is just so unusual.
Because it was not like this before. Everything repeated itself after 7 days. Yeah, I've heard it already. She just smiled in return. I wonder what happened back at the camp.
Look.
Turns around, they're all like dismembered and hung like that one picture.
That'd be nice.
It'd be great. The camp gates were visible in the distance beyond the trees. We started to walk faster. What is the emergency? Is there an actual emergency this time? Because last time it just, the emergency's gone. It's right of the city.
I'm guessing it's something to do with, like,
I don't think they're dead.
The spirit of Olga Dmitrievna is trying to keep all the kids trapped there or something.
That'd be kind of cool.
It wouldn't be kind of
She's
interesting?
evil.
Yeah, and so, like, all this stuff about her, like, keeping people there and making them under her control is, like, a thing to, I don't know.
Kind of not the same, but kind of like Monica keeping the other girls in the game, keeping them trapped there. They don't have consciousness like she does. Kind of interesting.
Yeah,
they're all part of this fake world, but only Olga knows and is trying to keep the others in check. I don't know.
Right.
It was clear that something was wrong. Sovietok seemed abandoned. Nope, Lenin's there. We're good. And why isn't Olga Dmitrievna? Maybe the bomb is finally going to come into play. I doubt it. She said on the radio that something happened. A strange anxiety.
Where's the city?
It's gone. A strange anxiety had overwhelmed me at once. I looked at Genda, and there. The city! There's no city! Yulya seemed to be surprised too. Surprised for real. So I didn't jump at her with questions. Having reached the camp leader's cabin, I stopped for a moment with hesitation. Images of possible events flashed before my eyes. However, I quickly pulled myself together. This is just nonsense. There was
some of it.
There was nothing to support the idea of this science fiction story turning into a bloody thriller. I determinedly pulled the door handle and entered the cabin. Nothing. No one was inside. Well, no point in staying here then. I rushed to the cabinet of Yulya and Yulya, also empty. Without dwelling on my thoughts, I knocked on the door, but only silence responded. Oops, I walked around the cabinet and looked in the window. It was empty.
Well, there's a cat in the window.
Yeah, it was there before.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. It was freaked me out the first time. She was like, oh, is that important? They might have gone somewhere. I ran to the canteen. Maybe everybody decided to have a late dinner. However, the door was locked. They're all locked inside. I went back to the square, dropped onto a bench, exhausted.
Enough running, maybe.
Yulya, who had followed me in silence, asked without much interest. Well, true. Why did I start panicking? Though, what if something actually had happened?
You're at the wrong time.
You did.
Well, I'm hungry. I'll go look for something to eat.
I didn't object, and in the moment, Yulya
And
suddenly
then I'll enact justice. It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
You hear that in the distance, like muffled in the bushes.
Yulya, yeah. Also, I can't wait to fight the Riddler.
Oh,
It'll be good.
no. The event itself.
Yulya's Batman.
There, that's better.
Yulya.
The event itself isn't any stranger than my arrival here, or that mysterious city which showed up and then vanished. But I'd gotten used to this camp and its inhabitants, and now such a twist. I'd more or less.
Hey, you! What a twist! It's you! I thought I was all alone!
I sat there I cried
My
like a
one
bitch.
friend.
He just sat there and cried. Oh! My eardrums were almost broken by a loud noise. Oh!
Sorry, I
Nuke.
farted.
The nuke? It sounded like it sounded like an ass clap. But where did it come from? Where did it go? Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe!
Oh! Forgot about you. I opened my eyes and saw someone in front of me. Ew. I uttered, stammering. A thunderstorm rumbled in the clear sky. The lightning flashes obscuring the face of the man sitting before me. I think the Cackerel Cackerel's gonna deal with him.
Why the sad face, Semyon?
it's this kind of boy.
Why the sad face, Semyon?
Kind of like that. Who are you? I shouted.
Calm down. You don't have to get so tense. Nervous cells don't regenerate, you know.
My first thought was to run, but my body didn't respond to that idea. The lightning was still flashing brightly, and there was no choice to see the pioneer's face clearly. However, I was sure that I had heard that voice before. Who are you? I asked in a quieter tone.
It was me the whole time! I fooled you! Perhaps you've got more appropriate questions.
Oh, where has everybody disappeared to?
They have played their parts, and we don't need them anymore.
Parts? What parts? Blow parts?
Their parts.
And what about the city?
What's in me?
I wasn't
Just getting breathier, brother.
What's in me?
I wasn't sure whether I caught the trace of surprise in his voice or I was just hearing things. The city! There!
The sea.
I waved my hand in the direction of Gadna.
You are talking about
He was silent for a moment.
it's your fault.
I don't understand.
It's because you don't try hard enough.
The pioneer is his voice. Oi.
You just need to think. Just think.
Just think.
Just think. How long have you been here? 5 days? 6 or 26?
I like the twist. I think we made this joke before that he was the Patrick Warburton, all the creatures, he's also him.
Yeah.
But when he showed up earlier, it's canonically makes sense. He had a voice close because he was disguised. This is his true. So yeah, it was
his true form.
This is his
Yeah.
whole true form.
Okay, I'm good with it. That's who he is.
Yes.
Final four.
6, probably.
6. Why 6? Are you sure about 6? Why are you here? Because you counted the number of dusks and dawns? Or because you looked at the data on your mobile phone?
I don't know. The pioneer before me lost his temper.
I'm so proud.
I was trying to redo the other girl now. I'm so proud when you said, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I get it now. I had no clue
I've
if he was
trained
talking.
you well. 6. Okay, let it be 6.
He said calmly.
And you haven't been here before.
No,
Are you sure about that too?
I don't know.
And what if I said that you've been here before?
I had absolutely no idea how to react to his words. Something was happening to me. Like on the first day here, something inexplicable, terrifying, and maybe dangerous.
A little
I
bit
don't
sexually
remember.
exciting.
Yes.
Why do you have to remember?
He fell silent, seemed lost in thought.
However, you really don't remember. Well, I'll tell you then.
I could hardly hear his words through the sound of thunder. My eyes were getting teary because of my bitchy
Excuse
crying.
me.
He might really tell me how I turned up here.
This is not the first time you've been here. I don't know how many laps you've had, but it doesn't matter.
But why? I don't remember anything.
You should not remember. You should not.
You shouted.
Should not!
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm like, sorry.
Should not! Yes, it is not your first time here.
He continued in a calmer voice.
But this time is special. It will be the last one for you.
That you was great. Yeah. Like,
For
3
you.
vowels. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I couldn't understand what his definition of the word last was.
What does it mean?
What does it mean? What does the word last mean? Will I get out of here and return to my normal life, or does it mean that I'll die here?
Well, that's only my opinion.
He was silent for a long time. I decided to ask a question at last. What does that mean? I
don't know
How
what
do you
the
know
word-
all of this?
Oh, let's say I am your brother in misfortune and your real brother.
It's a time for an explosion sounded by. It seemed like lightning strike a tree just a dozen meters away from me. I instinctively covered my head and my hands with hands. Head with hands. and
I
fell
covered
into
my
the
bench with my fell beneath.
I don't know how long I was lying there, but by the time my head slightly recovered from the shock, the thunderclaps had stopped.
Turns out it was just Yulya twerking.
Cut to a picture.
The thunder sound.
Yeah. I opened my eyes. Yulya was standing where the pioneer had been standing before.
So, you've met your colleague.
She smiled and offered me a hand. I shocked. I didn't know what to do and kept lying down.
How long are you planning to stay there?
I stood up with difficulty. Who was that? If I have to choose the lesser evil, then I would rather trust Yulya than that mysterious pioneer.
Well, how should I put it?
She got lost in thought.
You know, you are not the only one. To be more precise, you are the only one here, but there are more of the same camp. Lots of them. And there are more of the same you. A lot of them, too.
Why haven't you spoken of this before? You know what that is?
Yeah.
Because Master did not ask. Okay, I did not understand anything.
Some of them can appear in other places. In the other places, like this pioneer, for example.
So you knew all, but didn't tell me.
You didn't ask.
I didn't? I didn't? She shrugged her shoulders. Should I be afraid of him?
I don't think you should. Although,
Should I or should I not? My anxiety grew.
I doubt that you can take a physical form. I'm all out of breath.
I had received so much information at once that I would need some sleep. That's basically what he was saying.
Yeah.
Though keeping it all in mind, I understood that this information doesn't explain anything at all. So there are lots of people like me.
Yes.
But how did we get here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just know that it is you who came here. Though it's just one person came here, to be more precise.
Yulya now looked nothing like that strange girl at Animal Ears who was sprinkling sugar on mushrooms. She was the exact opposite. There
She was
confidence.
sprinkling salt on
She
tomatoes.
was sprinkling mushrooms on her sugar.
Yeah.
And there was confidence in her eyes and some arrogance and no sign of her
stupid.
early childish
She
infantilism.
was sprinkling mushrooms on her sugar.
Who are you then?
Me?
Yes.
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I stared at her with an open mouth. How's that? You have no idea?
The only thing I don't remember.
I don't know. After recovering from my shock and closing my mouth, I continued. And you don't know who you are?
Bingo.
She laughed. But that's impossible. Well, I would understand amnesia, but all powerful
I would
beings.
understand Bamisha.
I would never over understand a mate.
And who told you that I am all powerful?
She laughed evilly. Are you not?
Actually, I'm capable of nothing. I can't interfere with the natural flow of events.
But did you know or see?
I know a bit of something. I saw a bit of something.
In what will you know? I had no idea how to put the question.
Happened when I pump babies in you. Nothing.
Where do babies come from?
Yeah. Usually 7 days pass and one of you leaves the camp. I would even say disappears.
Whoa.
The new one comes and everything repeats. the number of camps is constant.
What's the number of camps? We spoke about this. We spoke about this before. Disappears where?
I don't know.
That can't be possible. You never not know. No.
Do you think that I'm hiding something from you?
Yes, lift up your shirt. No, I said exhausted. I guess I shouldn't doubt her words, at least for now.
But I should doubt her body type. Show me those boobs.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe they don't disappear. They just go for another lap.
I can't rule out that possibility, but I don't think they do.
And what is happening to me now then?
Puberty. But I know for sure this is not what meant to happen. This is what was meant, that this was meant to happen. And this is something unusual. The course of events is different this time.
The pioneer spoke about it too.
He might know more than me.
But how should I understand all this? I sighed deeply and covered my head with my hands.
I think that we will find that out very soon.
Okay, but finally, who are you then? Yulya pouted her lips.
I told you before.
So do you have memory loss then, you dumb bimbo?
No.
I don't know. She thought for a moment.
I don't have any memory at all, probably. There was no me before this camp. I didn't exist.
But I didn't finish that sentence. Taking into account everything that happens here, there was a lot I could only make assumptions
did your
about.
butt exist?
And that means I should not be surprised by a girl with animal ears. Are you a cosplayer or something?
Probably. I think that the word is most appropriate.
And what about the inhabitants disappearing after playing their parts?
What are you talking about?
Does she not remember them either? She probably doesn't remember them. The pioneer said that.
Parts.
She moved her ears in a funny way, making
body parts. There's something to it, because only you are real here. I mean, you, that pioneer, and all the other ones.
How's that?
I told you, I don't know.
Talking in circles.
You can assume that I'm here with a limited amount of knowledge, nothing more. There are things that I'm not sure about, and there are things I know more about than you.
Or you're lying. Fine. On the one hand, her words seemed logical enough. If you can even talk about logic in such a situation, and what do you suggest to do next?
To wait and see how things will turn out.
Yes, you can't change anything, I mumbled.
Anyway, it's dinner time.
She smiled.
Yulya took a bite out of my arm.
My ass. Didn't you go to look for something?
I didn't find anything. I had no time. I saw the lightning and came back at once. Let's go.
She went to the direction of the canteen. Time to go to a date. It might be that there was no pioneer at all, and if I wasn't the only one who could see.
Go to a date.
There,
That just wore on me for some reason. A date.
it sounds like you're trying to work up the nerve to leave your home because you have to date. You're like, time to go to a date.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
time to go to a
yeah, like that.
date.
Then there would be less grounds to doubt my sanity, which I feel secure lately. Okay.
Yeah,
We're gonna sit down at the table. and
Apparently,
look
it's not locked anymore.
So,
Yeah. No. Yeah.
so
What?
dinner.
Yes. What about it? I yawned. The time was so long past midnight. This shit is boring.
Yulya
By
took
the
another
way,
bite out of my arm.
how did you open the canteen?
Hey, they actually congruence. Nice.
kind of.
You've got to have the skills.
No need to continue this topic. That's the writer saying, shut up and move on. Maybe it's better to go to sleep. Sleep for dinner?
Cook no!
Oh, she said in a dictatorial tone. Me?
I don't see anyone else around.
Oh, okay. I slowly walked toward the kitchen. Because of all the talk of food, I suddenly felt hungry. I found a carton of eggs in the fridge and called out to Yulya. Eat these eggs!
Well, maybe.
I started cooking. Funny the way things turn out. First, I was a free independent soul traveling through different parallel
listen,
universes. Yeah, the eggs. And now I'm a
Is it
soul.
making sounds? I can't hear it.
I think so, yeah. Sorry, I was talking over it. I think it was.
I think it was, but
I thought I heard the egg crack and then sizzle.
But I didn't. It's just I don't know.
Blah, blah, blah. My joke is ruined. It's a typical Russian feature, yes. Nevertheless, I'm quite sure that nothing bad will happen. And in the case of unexpected problems, Yulya will protect me, because I'm a little bitch. Although she said that she does not know much. In a critical moment, I can certainly rely on her.
Wow,
There's
why?
simply
How?
Because reasons, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to fall asleep, so just go along with my story. If you do what I want, I'll fall asleep.
I'm 5 seconds away from falling asleep at all times. Just give me this.
Just yesterday, nothing was up to me, but at least I had a slight idea what was happening. However, now, the only thing left to do is comfortably lean back in a chair and wait for the installation to be finished. Installation. I added grated cheese.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise. salt and pepper, and
That sounds good.
well-stirred mess into a pan.
Oh, man. You want to go get eggs and make egg sandwiches?
I also found salami in the fridge and a loaf of bread
Oh,
on the
man.
shelf next to it.
That sounds so good right now. Holy smokies.
Seducing, so we were sitting in silence eating scrambled
No,
eggs.
not scrambled, just like a thing.
Yummy, yummy.
It's nothing special.
Tummy,
or
tummy.
ordinary bachelor-style dinner.
Never tried anything like this.
Probably better than mushrooms and nuts. She's like, mushrooms.
Nothing's better than nuts.
She's like, mushrooms and sugar.
Yeah.
She got it wrong.
That's enough.
Yulya answered angrily. When we finished dinner, I said, tell me something about yourself. Though, you probably have nothing to tell because you're so boring.
I hate you.
Probably.
How long have you been here?
I don't know.
You've asked that
he has.
several times.
A long time.
No, wrong. You said you were here not more than 7 days. But are you mostly human?
Well, very likely.
Then how can you be at several places at the same time?
It's hard to explain. I don't really understand it myself. Let's assume that here and now in front of you, I am the only one.
I could accept such an assumption. In the end, although the fact that Yulya had many faces was just one mystery among many others happening here, it was definitely not the main one. At least, that's what I thought. Well, let's assume that in what do you know about the world?
Are you really right? If that's what you mean.
She laughed. No, not exactly. Do you know where the camp is located?
No.
Then maybe you know that I'm not from here, not from this time, not from this reality.
Well, I know, but not any details.
And if I ask you what the year is now,
I can't answer.
I took a deep breath.
If I tell you, I'll have to kill you. In general, you can assume that there are some things I know more about than you, and some I know less.
that
You've said
means
that before,
nothing.
too.
So what should we do?
As I told you before, just wait.
Wait, and what are we gonna do?
What do you want to do?
I don't know, but forgive me, I don't feel like climbing trees.
Okay. Then maybe you'll tell me something about yourself.
Not now.
As you wish. So what then?
I don't know. Maybe just sit around with our thumbs up our asses. I don't mind.
So my thumb up my own ass or up yours? But that's so boring.
You're boring.
So let's go, come on.
She thought for a while. I looked keenly at Yulya. Looks like she really finds everything happening here amusing. Moreover, the current situation doesn't seem strange to her. According to her, there's nothing unusual about it. Everything that's happening is not quite normal to me. I don't even understand why I'm not currently hiding somewhere under my bed, trembling at every sound. I'm usually a bitch like that.
It turns out you are brave.
Turns out you're a liar.
I've got an idea.
I looked at her with interest.
No, I forgot it again.
Well, now I have to know because that's how it works.
I just remembered, let's go swimming.
Yeah, okay. I'll just watch. I started to turn disbelief. Maybe it'd be better to go to sleep.
No, swimming.
Sleep would be something to do.
Come on.
She pouted. Indeed, the day had been hot and I was soaked with sweat. It's much easier to fall asleep in this heat when you are clean. Okay, let's go. A few minutes later, we were at the beach. I lazily sprawled on the sand and looked at the
back,
river.
water. Water.
Immediately felt
I'm back.
I don't actually like swimming.
Meaning you don't know how to swim.
Yulya said next to me. Meaning it's harder to look at you when I'm in the water, so I'll just stay here. Anyway, it
How
doesn't
am I
matter.
going to see you strip right now?
Yeah, obviously. I hope not, because it's kind of on the nose and predictable if it does happen. How did the whole town disappear?
I told you before, I don't know.
Let's go.
Let's go swimming.
I don't want to. I never liked the real that I'm a lousy swimmer.
Oh, come on, stop it. You can just splash in water near the shore.
Okay, wait. I'll go get my swimming trunks. But Yulya seemed to not to hear me and started to undress. What? Are you going to swim like that?
Yes. Anything wrong with that?
I turned away at the right time. Aren't you shy? I tried to speak as calmly as possible, but the erection came out in my voice.
Shy about who? You?
She laughed. You know what? I turned around. Yulya was already in the water up to her neck.
Come here.
I decided that nothing bad would happen if I stayed in my underwear. I undressed and entered the water, but only the water. Brr! It's cold!
Move around and you'll get warm like me.
She started to jump and wave her hands in the water. I still felt awkward.
You've gone red.
Yulia said excitedly.
I'm excited about that color.
Of course I am. Next to me is a naked girl, or at least a female humanoid. And that's enough. Oh. I turned around at the same time. I felt Yuliana hug me.
I can feel your boner.
This is also part of your program. I understood what I was saying. Complete nonsense. That is nonsense.
What?
But nothing more meaningful is coming to my head.
What were your nipples?
What? Where are your nipples? Well, it's, they're around. Suddenly, I realized that I was being hugged from behind by a naked, omnipotent being.
Why did he decide she's omnipotent?
I don't know. It's so funny how he won't let that go. It's like a joke in a movie. It exists multiple realities simultaneously. kind of like Elf when he meets the writer. I forgot the actor's name, but he thinks he's an angry elf.
Right. Well,
he won't let it go.
There's another great example, and there's this movie called Parasite, and one of the characters is always saying things are metaphorical, and it's like he doesn't know, but he uses it around rich people, like he knows what it means, but he doesn't really. It's really funny.
Okay.
But he always uses that word, but he doesn't. He almost accidentally gets the context right, kind of like he's doing, like omnipotent or whatever. Anyway.
I'm starting to go under the water. She helped me out.
There's no need to drown yourself.
She was still hugging
I'll
me.
drown you.
I felt even. What are you going to do?
Drown you.
So that means you're not suggesting anything.
Drown you. Like what, for example?
Well, even though you don't remember much, you essentially have behaved quite reasonably, so you should understand.
For example, my mom always sprinkling sugar on mushrooms in the forest. So for me, that's really normal.
Suddenly I felt something twisting around my thighs. I tried to pull myself away, but Yulya held me tight. Also, motion physics in the water are very different from the land.
Turns out I'm zombie. It's just my tail.
A tail? Don't you find it strange that you have it at all?
What? You don't like my tail? Step on my tail. You're gonna get hurt.
Oh, wait a minute. I paused for a moment, trying to phrase the thought I just had. So you've seen that series too?
What series? Hentai
Have
2.0.
have you ever seen that movie with the guy? He goes into that.
Yeah.
The one you just quoted.
It's just,
She suddenly stopped and thought.
don't people say that? Some kind of saying?
So you don't know where it's from?
No. And who cares?
Yo-Yo laughed. Her tail continued to probe my anus. She was Big Spoon. Couldn't it be that Yulia still has something in my brain? Maybe they're hidden somewhere or suppressed. She got that quote somehow. Or, of course, maybe she heard it from one of the pioneers.
What did she say? I missed
I
that.
don't know. But isn't it too early for that show to even exist? The only conclusion is that Yulia seems to be a prisoner in this camp, the same as I, just a more mysterious one. What happened next happened by itself. Even if what I was going to do was dangerous, in the end, I'm a red-blooded man.
Sex happened.
At that moment, it was not an all-powerful being to me. I was holding an ordinary girl in my arms.
You're so regular.
I brought the sleeping Yulia to my cabin. She was surprisingly light. I put her on the
Surprisingly without clothes.
collapsed beside her and closed my eyes, but all my attempts to get sleep failed. We're not doing that. I felt a terrible thirst. Quietly, so as not to wake Yulia up, I got out of bed, pulled on my shorts, and went outside. What's going to happen? On the way to the washstands, I thought about everything that happened. I didn't care about whether it was right or not. No, that wasn't the main issue. Where is everybody? I decided I just didn't have any other choice in that situation. More important are the possible consequences. Even if Yulia is a little different from me, we could say she was closer to who or what was all behind this, just because she knows more than me. Which means, however, blindly assuming or drawing conclusions about anything is a difficult task in this camp. I was sure that by now... Fell asleep, sorry. I quenched my thirst and washed myself. I was going back to the camp leader's cabin, whistling a piece from Peer Gynt by Greek, when somebody called out to me, Semyon.
Hey.
It should be the Pioneer. That's what it I think it's...
Bring it out.
I hope it's Olga, but I think it's the Pioneer.
Hopefully it is. I want to get.
Yep.
How did you?
You boned her.
I was recording the whole thing.
I jumped on the spot, turned and saw the silhouette.
Gonna
of
watch
binder.
that later.
Save this one. There was no chance of seeing his face clearly in this darkness. So it's you again.
Who, me? Not in the sense that I am the one that you have already seen, but in the sense of who am I? In fact.
I don't understand. I remember that Yulya told me that he can't do any physical harm, and that calmed down a bit.
Oh, whatever. Besides, I saw you were getting it on back there. Oh, he did.
Yeah, that gave me that I awkwardly got a half an erection when I heard that, so I wasn't sure how to feel.
I got a PTSD boner.
No matter how fantastic a situation is, it's always frustrating when you're caught doing something so intimate. Didn't anyone ever tell you that it's not nice to spy on people?
You're upset.
No, why would I be? I snorted and half turned toward him, trying in vain to see his face.
And what was the cat? Has the cat-eared one told you?
She has name! I felt a straight attachment to Yuliana, so I didn't hesitate to stand up for her.
A name? And what is it? An almighty observer? The double-faced Janeth?
It's anus. The J's silent. I said the bit uncertainly.
Yulya.
He started laughing like a horse on mad.
Oh, that's good. That's rich there. And who gave it to her? You probably.
Fine. Tell me what you want to get lost.
Okay, your majesty. Just don't be angry.
I bowed awkwardly. This sight was so grotesque that I even shuddered.
And what is the so-called Yulya told you?
I decided there was no point in hiding information that I'd found out recently. So, she told me that the camps and that you're the same as me and that after 7 days we leave and never come back. It was disgusting for me to even be in the same boat as him, but in fact.
Yes, that's about right. And what did she tell you about herself?
She's a furry. Did you think it's any of your business? Besides, surely you know everything without me.
Yes, I know something. I've dealt with her before.
His tone was so disgusting that I didn't even want to continue this conversation. Blech. Well, if you have nothing more to do.
Oh, wait a minute. I haven't finished yet.
Don't leave me. Now what?
Want me to tell you what she's hiding from you?
Once you bang her, you can't return to the real world.
Oh.
She's got you in her cat trap.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Go on. I was sure that Yulya had no secrets from me because I trusted her completely for no reason. But in my situation, any information could be useful.
Never come back. No, they do come back, and you come back. At least you did before.
I don't understand.
I did tell you that you'd already been here, so after 7 days, it doesn't matter whether you leave on a bus or fall asleep in the forest. You'll find yourself sitting at the 410 again.
But how?
She told you that we just disappear, right?
I did not answer.
Well, I can't be sure she's lying. Maybe she doesn't know everything, but what I said is true. You and I were here many times. Of course I've been here more times, but that doesn't matter.
Okay, then why don't I remember anything?
You will remember them all sometime later. That's what happened to me.
And you're telling me that there is no escape from here?
Yes, I am.
I remember you told me that what happened today had never happened before, right?
True. This is the first time.
And how can you explain that?
I won't. You're hoping that something will change. No way it will. No.
We'll see about that.
I changed.
Decisively turned and walked away. Good thing we started another episode because it's already been over half an hour for this playthrough.
Oh, wow.
You want to keep going? I think we should stop because I'm feeling like this one's going to keep going.
It could keep going.
So
Let's
we're
go ahead
going to stop it.
Okay. Bring it on.
All right. Wow. I'm glad we did this ending last. I'm glad we did this ending last. Because it's more interesting.
Bring it on.
It is more interesting.
Yeah. Alrighty.